What's going on, Jeromes? So as we've seen, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is not afraid to make some trades, stir up the pot, and try and improve every single spot on this roster, especially 53-man cut down times. I mean, there's been some trades, there's been some scuttlebutts. Some have worked out, some certainly have not. But it's important that you keep shooting your shot. That's right. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. And Kwesi could look to do that with Patrick Jones II. Now, I love me some PJ too, the pride of Pitt. He was a third-round pick in 2021. He's 6'4", 264, only 25 years young, and basically he does everything that you want on the edge. He sets the edge well. He can rush. He can play hand in the dirt, stand up. He can do all those things, but the Vikings need to potentially acquire some draft capital, or is this part of a deal to make a move for a quarterback 3 or potentially some veteran offensive lineman or hell, another corner? Who knows? Who knows, man? But Jones is heading into year 4 here with the Vikings. And, you know, he's been a rotational guy his first 3 years, but he's always been the 4th edge rusher. So 2021, Daniil Wanham Everson. 2022, Daniil Wanham Za'Darius. 2023, Daniil Wanham Marcus Davenport for like 2 seconds. But he's played in 42 career games, 1,054 defensive snaps over 3 years, which is roughly about 30%, 66 career tackles, 49 pressures, 5 sacks, and 9 stuffs in his 3 years here in purple. But again, you're not going to get rich by trading good players, but also there's a couple of reasons why the Vikings should explore trade for Patrick Jones. Number 2, or trade with Patrick Jones. Number 1, PJ2 has trade value. So this isn't a bottom of the rooster guy who's not even going to make the team. Like, he's valuable, and he's impressed at training camp. You know, there's some days that 91 is just all over the place making plays. But the deck is stacked against him a little bit here, given the Vikings' edge rushing room. Also, the fact that it's a contract year for Patrick Jones II, and he likely won't be re-signing a second deal, that does stand out. And the Vikings could save around $1.3 million in cap if they do trade him. It'll be less than that with offset, but it doesn't matter. Also, it would give Patrick Jones II a chance to showcase himself for 2024, because this would actually be doing Jones a solid, because he could go to a team where he could start. He could start on a number of teams around the league, or at least be a high-end rotational guy. But you know, here with the Vikings, it's a crowded edge room with Grenard, Van Ginkel, and Diamond Dallas Turner. At minimum, this is like 21, 22, and 23, where he's at best edge rusher number 4. And also, there's a bunch of other guys behind him that the Vikings are interested in. Like, they love Jihad Ward, they love Hottie's versatility, as well as the 4 young guys in Richter, Carter, Porter, and Murphy. And that also plays into it too. You know, a little bit selfish by the Vikings, but they want to protect the young edge rushers on the 53, because you look at Bo Richter, he showed up and shown out. Gabriel Murphy, obviously they like, even though he's been hurt. Porter's shown flashes. Andre Carr II, I don't know if they would get through waivers. So it could be a spot too, just a numbers game on the 53-man roster, where you have this edge rusher 4, who is much better than an edge rusher 4 on most teams. All of a sudden, he has some trade value. You should have to look into it. And also, since the Vikings are bereft of 2025 draft picks, right now they have 4, projected to have the extra comp pick as well, at least. But if you can flip Jones II around for like a conditional 4th or conditional 5th, I mean, you got to consider it. Also, you know, looking around the league, there's some spots where Jones II is an instant upgrade on the edge. Like, honestly, given the edge rushing situations on some of these teams, I think that Patrick Jones II would start on at least 5 teams around the league, probably more. Tennessee Titans, who would be an upgrade. The Buccaneers, you know, Yaya's injury, he will be an upgrade there. Washington doesn't have too many great edge rushers. Arizona's always a mess. The Patriots just got rid of Matt Judon. So, yeah, I do think that Patrick Jones II would indeed have some value. And like we said, he's probably not going to be back next year. It would give him a chance to showcase himself for a payday in 2025. And he would actually get some run because, yes, it is important to have depth at all these spots, because attrition does happen, alien abductions happen. You're knocking on all the wood, hopefully not. But also, like we said, with the rising young guys behind Jones who are going to be here for the next 2, 3, 4 years, I mean, that matters too. So I think Kwesi Is that at least going to work the phones? Because the Vikings do have an asset at a surplus position, and it's a premium position. And also Jones, given his versatility to play stand-up or hand in the dirt, can play in a 4-3, 3-4, even odd front, whatever. I mean, he does have some value. So we'll see what happens here as we hurtle towards 53-man roster cutdowns. And again, I like Jones a second. It would be great if you could find some snaps for him, but where are you going to do that? We're going to do that. Besides NASCAR packages. Who knows, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Should the Vikings trade Patrick Jones II? Get the Titunes on the horn. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.